Hi, welcome back to Blog Fix Friday. Blog Fix Friday is my Friday series where I share a quick tip or trick to hopefully help your blogging. This week is a question. You'll still have to forgive me because I've got a chest infection and a popped rib, so I'm struggling a bit, but I wanted to still bring you the videos. So this week's questions come from Jane, who blogs over at Sticky Mud and Belly Laughs. She asked me just to give a quick introduction, really just how to get started in vlogging. So I've written down some notes down here because my memory at the moment with not being very well is terrible, and I wanted to make sure I cover just some basic pointers. I've written a post actually that I'll link in about getting started in vlogging and how to set up your YouTube channel. I think one's on Live Love Blog and one's on my blog, but I'll link both of them if I can, which is they're packed full of information. But I just thought I'd give an initial kind of get started guide. So first of all, practice. I love vlogging now. I don't profess to be the best vlogger in the world, but I love it. But there was a time at the beginning when I thought I can't imagine anything worse than vlogging, and I didn't really know what I could say on a vlog that I couldn't say in a blog post. But that's actually just, it's not what you can say or what you can't say, it's how your audience can connect with you in different ways. And sharing how even your voice on camera is a really powerful thing to share with your audience. Now I love it, and I probably vlog all the time if I could. It's a bit trickier in that to set it up than it is to blog, so it's a bit tricky and you need quiet and all that kind of thing. So I think I'll stay doing a mix of both, and I do love blogging anyway. But so first of all is practice. So you're going to practice in front of the mirror, or because you're going to have to listen to your own voice, and it's quite a sort of scary, sort of weird thing listening to just your own voice and you sound funny in your own head. So I'd say initially practice in the mirror. Just start saying, hi, my name's whatever, I blog over at whatever, you know, little snippets just into the mirror, because if you're not comfortable with that, imagine how you're going to feel when you've got a camera facing you. So practice in the mirror, then put your camera on and practice into the camera. You don't even have to have it turned on at that time, you know, just recording, just have it turned on, just get used to it being there and looking at it and talking to it. And then start doing some, film some test vlogs. So they could be anything, it doesn't even matter what it's about. So then film some test vlogs. They don't even have to be about anything in particular. You can just ramble, just to get used to you talking to the camera and the camera recording you. And that's the most important thing, is just to start to feel comfortable with the fact that the camera is rolling and you're talking, okay? And a thing that's quite difficult to do is talk into the lens and not into the camera, like into the camera screen. Can you see the difference? So now I'm talking into the lens and I'm hopefully looking straight at you as you look at me on the screen. And then I'm going to look up at my screen because I've got a GX7 Canon, so it's got the flip screen, which is brilliant to make sure you're in the shot and everything like that. But it can be tempting just to lift your eyes like that and start talking at yourself. And it doesn't look horrendous, but you can tell when I'm now looking back into the lens that it's probably a bit of a better connection with anybody watching the video. So sometimes your eyes might flick up as you're checking that you're still in shot, or that you've not got something on your head or something, but try and really connect down the lens. If you've got a DSLR and it hasn't got a flip screen, then you just have to look into the lens anyway. Your iPhone will be different because you're looking into the iPhone screen rather than you haven't got two separate things to look at. So I'd say, so talk into the lens, and also just imagine you're talking to a friend. So this is one thing that helped me really when I started, was I always try and write like I talk, and it's weird, but you have to kind of vlog like you talk. So just, if I had a friend in front of me, so if Jane was sitting in front of me now, I'd be just talking to her the same, and I'd say, look, these are the points that you need to focus on, and just don't try and be someone you're not. Just try and be really natural, really honest in how you come across, and talk to the lens like it's a friend. Show your personality, which is just going back a little bit to what I just said about, you know, connecting with the camera. So show your personality, so don't try and be someone you're not. If you think something's funny, laugh at it. You know, if something happens, then react to it. So just Try and be really natural and show your personality. If you're on an iPhone, it's not relevant to anyone shooting on a point shoot or smaller compact camera or DSLR. iPhone, make sure you have it horizontally, okay? If you shoot it like this, like you would for Snapchat, you'll have the big black bars all the way down the side, and that's not very attractive for when you upload it into YouTube or Vimeo or anything else like that. So make sure your iPhone's always horizontal. Even if you're shooting a family video out and about, make sure your iPhone's horizontal. Okay, audio. So audio is really important for vlogs and videos. So make sure all your windows are shut if you live anywhere where there's going to be noise outside. I had to do some really big brand videos upstairs where I normally do, where it's got a bit of a play in the background, and builders are next door but two, and I had to shut the window and put my lights on, my studio lights, and I was really dying under the lights, but I couldn't open the window because I knew the sound would really ruin the video. So you can enhance the audio. I always enhance the audio on my videos just to make it even clearer, and I figure people can always turn things down rather than try and find volume that isn't there. But shut all the windows, and you can use a mic. I've got a little £10 mic that I got from my iPhone when I was doing vlogs on there. So I think it's £9, £10, just shove it in, stick it on as a lapel mic, and it really did make the quality of the sound better, and it's literally a tenner, no more. I can't use that mic on this camera, but this camera's got better sound anyway. So I did mention my studio lights. So I do have two huge softbox lights on stands. They're in the corner of our living room at the moment. My long-suffering husband doesn't mind, so they are a bit of an eyesore. At the moment, I think if it's one of my own vlogs, I found this tiny spot in my living room where the light's not too bad, and I can adjust the brightness of the video as well in iMovie. So I'm kind of not putting the lights on because I don't feel well, and I know it's going to be really hot and it's going to affect my chest. So, but you can get the lights. My lights were two big massive ones, and I think it was £69 on Amazon. So it's not the end of the world, and actually they're really useful to have in the house for craft videos or anything that you, or even any portrait photography you want to do in the house, anything where you need a light, then they are quite a handy thing to have. So you can actually just use, if you haven't got the big lights, you can use like bedside lights, a desk lamp, and use white card to reflect the light back. So if you've got light coming from here, you're going to get shadows here, so put the white card out of the shot but here, and it will hopefully reflect all the light around your face a bit better. And aware this is coming up for nearly 8.5 minutes, so I'm just going to make one last point about editing. You don't have to be a master editor when you start your vlogs. There's loads of things you can use. If you're on Windows, you would probably want to start with Windows Movie Maker, sorry. And that's really, I found it really intuitive. Just click, split clips, drag. It's kind of drag and drop and not that difficult. If you're on Mac, which I am now, iMovie comes as standard with all the Macs, I think, and it's just the go-to thing that most people use. I have actually got a trial of something else, I can't remember what it's called, and that looks amazingly fancy. So I'll report back if that is any good, and if I continue my trial and actually pay for the version. It has a lot of different stuff you can take. I could take me off this background and basically green screen it and put different things on the back. So it is quite amazing, but I'll share that in more detail another time. So that's what I'd say about Jane, about getting, and anyone else that wants to get started in vlogging, is just get started. Just the hardest step to doing something is the first step, isn't it? So if you think, oh, I'd quite like to have a go at vlogging, but I'm scared or I'm nervous, just literally get your camera now, put it on, or your phone, talk into it, do it so that you're doing a little bit of it every day and it doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother me now doing vlogs at home. I still get a bit nervous if I have to do like an on-camera piece at an event or something, but I know I can do it. So, but the more you do it, the better. You know, practice makes perfect, is what I'm basically trying to say. So just really practice in the camera, practice in the mirror, and just get really comfortable with it, and I'm sure you'll all be the next Zoella. Alright then, so that's Blog Fix Friday for this week. If you have anything you want me to cover in Blog Fix Friday, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll be back next week. I'm not sure what I'm talking about yet, but I'll have something up on Friday for you. Okay, have a lovely weekend. Bye.